guys. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I listen to the black guy who tips, all right, because Rod and Karen are hot. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Sunday morning ready to do some podcasting, but we're not alone, guys. We have a guest. Today's guest is an actor, a writer, a comedian, a sometimes politician, and podcast host, friend J-L Cauvin. What's going on, buddy?
Great to be here as always. Is my mic sounding good?
Your mic sounds nice to me. I can hear it.
This is the third mic I've had to go through in like 6 months. I've just had very bad luck with my computer or mics and my router. So it makes me want to quit making podcasts great again every week, because I'll be on a run because it's all improv. And then Jay will just look at me and go, like, he'll tap his ear, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm done. I think I'm quitting the podcast. It makes me.
It was working. Mad. It was working before. You know, it's weird how technology is just like you don't even change anything. It's like
I got a new computer. I got a newer, much more expensive computer, and I was like, oh, that's it. Of course. Why would Of course, it's the new, more expensive hardware that's flopping. I should have stuck with my old piece of junk.
That's how I do sometimes, man. I always hold on to those old pieces of junk just in case, man.
Yep.
By coincidence, I've got my Smithsonian mug.
National Museum, African American History and Culture, the Negro Museum. I have mine in the other room.
The Woke Museum. It's a great museum. I went twice because I had to go twice to see everything.
Yeah, we've only gone once so far. We got to go back so we can do the fun part, because we just did the bottom. And I was so
the too much slavery part. The too much slavery.
Too much slavery. Little, like if I had one note, and far be it from me to give the Negro Museum notes, but if I had one note, not a Trump-like note, but from a good place, I'd take it to maybe 75% struggle, 25% good on this floor coming up, because it feels like it's about 94% struggle and 6% good. And I'm not gonna lie, after I got through Emmett Till's casket, I was like, I think I'm good for today. I think I can have I'm gonna take a break and go to reflecting pool and go out and do some fun stuff and remember that I am free and I actually do have rights.
It is weird to just leave the museum and then go get like something from the ice cream truck, though.
Yes. Yeah.
So I felt eating popcorn at 12 Years a Slave. I was like, I shouldn't be eating snacks.
The restaurant in there apparently has really good fried chicken, and there was a long line, and I was like, this all feels inappropriate.
We wanted to get some, but I was like, that line too long.
I don't know who designed this, but I feel like there should be, first of all, 2 lines, one for black people where we get to go ahead, and then the white people wait for us to get done.
AMC Stubbs premiere for struggle.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that'll be how we balance it. Because I would feel good walking past all the white people to get my chicken first, and then I'm ready to do the second half of the museum. I'm like, okay, all right, things are changing. When you get to everyone's review would be like, no, wait till you get to the restaurant. Don't leave. Once you pass the white people, you're gonna feel like you can do the rest of the museum. But anyway, I was thinking about that today. I was like, I don't think woke or DEI has really made it as a slur of a term yet until they use it in pornography. Because I feel like that's how
it's real.
That's how we know it. When it's like woke chick. It's just
but when you have to Google that to get your specific
terms. It's like ebony is not a term people use in real life.
Nope, ebony. I've
but
it's in porn,
right? But it's in porn titles and stuff like that. I feel
it's so funny because it's so much of the stuff is uncomfortable. It's like, it's not like towing the line of racism. It's just like, come on, it's sex, so who cares if it's racist? And then it's like, but we'll call it ebony. We'll call it, like we'll class it up.
Yeah, because you put in black. Sometimes ain't no telling what you gonna get.
What would DEI? What would DEI porn? Like my question on DEI porn, it depends how hardcore morally you want to go. It's obviously going to be hardcore sex, but is it? Now, I'm sorry to do this, but we have to.
Yes,
that's why we're here.
That's what choice do we have?
The more common way would be like the white woman interviewing candidates, and then it being a 4 black men, 1 white woman human resources worker. But that's like standard. I feel like that's already kind of done. You're just writing a different script.
Yeah, I think that would just be like that white couch from the meme for the black.com thing.
Right.
It would just be that, but that would be the interview couch, and they just switch up black to like DEI.com. So I don't that feels lazy.
Here's the question I have, because this will offend. But there's 2 ways to really do it, like in the era of Trump. One is the white human resources woman interviewing a bunch of black candidates, and then like 4 white dudes at the office who are angry, and they have sex with her to be like, what you're doing is wrong. Yes. Right. Or now here's the worst
get to change your mind.
Exactly. Through angry sex. That's how we usually reach people. Or now here's the most offensive, obviously, because of so many connotations, is now you could have a black person employed. Okay.
Okay.
And now 2 options: a black woman and angry white male employees. Worst option possible. Also, I feel like in terms of what it would actually say and what it would evoke. Or you can have, in a nicer version, a less maybe historically destructive version, black man gets hired and white women, this is obviously straight porn, white women come in angry. And then, he pretends to be angry that they're denigrating his employment while they have sex with him for an hour.
We fucks the racism out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I think porn is so racist that never like. I feel like it could be even more racist than this.
Too.
I feel like
sometimes you watch regular porn and you be like, "How do we get here?" Like you don't know that it's coming. Sometimes
I think the obvious one for me is simply black person at a job doing the job badly. White person discovers they're bad at the job, and then the DEI part is like they have sex with you to show like this is how black people get jobs. Is they just sexual people that cover up that they're inept at whatever the real job is. I feel like that's already like a thing that pops up in some of these plots anyway. So it could just be like, oh, white person at a black person at an office job. They obviously don't deserve the job. How'd you even get this job?
I'm always surprised when I hear an N-word slip out. When I'm just doing outreach, like Christian outreach to some of these workers.
Right.
I'm sometimes I'll hear and I'll be like, "Hey,"
and then I'm not prepared for it.
I have done this is goofy. Maybe this is like when I was younger. Maybe I wouldn't have had the mental capacity or the low T to do this. But I'll research and be like, "Hey, this woman's a conservative."
Yeah, That's not what you want to do.
That's not right. I don't believe it's acting anymore.
Yeah, I don't need to know that.
This is real.
Was that even in the script?
No, it was not.
If you follow these porn stars on Instagram, you're rolling the dice. You never know. Like some of these motherfuckers just crazy. Like some of them are like very conscientious, and they're like, "Listen, I only take roles that do this, and I got into this because I love it, and I want to protect other people, so I am against this, this, and this." And then some motherfuckers is like, I would suck Trump's dick, MAGA 2028, motherfucker, 46, 47, and 49. He's like, oh, God, I can't believe I've been jacking it to you.
Yeah, I back the blue. Backing the blue really is a good what's the correlation between like saying you back the blue and you are like a racist Republican? It's got to be like 99.8%.
Yeah. Like when you see a car and it got that thin blue line American flag, you like, let me guess, Punisher sticker on the side too.
Yeah.
Yeah, upside down flag. I look for shit like that.
It's ironic that we started here because I actually had something queued up for fucking with black people.
Okay.
For this. That's a tease. I'll save it for later.
Nice.
Let's do a little bit of just talking and catching up with JL first. JL, man, what is going on with you right now, man? I know, the political runs are over at the moment. I know you're working, keeping people housed. And I know you're also planning to get to hit the road and do some stand-up. So, like, what all's happening?
Yes, I've never been more tired in my life. Like this, what I'm doing is really what I should have been doing in like my 20s. Like that was when I only needed like 4 hours sleep. Because my job, I really like my job in the way that like an emergency room nurse likes their job. Like I feel good about it. I'm proud to be doing it, and it's like killing me. It's just very stressful because you're always getting people in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're going to be evicted. Like there's no like I'm not offering housing, like counseling and financial planning. I'm like, oh boy, all right, it's we're down 11. There's 4 minutes left, and we don't have Jalen Brunson. But it's, I like it to the extent that you can like a job like that. But it's really because I've never had a job other than comedy where like I've had a lot of day jobs as a lawyer, but where you care about something more than just the paycheck and the benefits. Like that's a good enough reason to like work hard at a job, but there's like an emotional component to this one. So then, of course, once I'm like working full time and really packed, that's when club owners always get back to me with available dates.
Of course.
When I'm unemployed, they're like, yeah, we don't know. Like as we both know from my Patreon, that's when coffee shop shows tell me they don't know me. I haven't been on the open mic scene with them, so they can't vouch for me. I'm like, cool.
Sorry to this man.
I mean,
exactly.
Really
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened with that one.
It's really just a show for me and my friends. We're one of those odd comedy shows that just we only want me and my friends to be able to do comedy.
Right. So I do have a good amount of shows. The big one, I mean, they're all big, but the big one is 2 weeks from today. I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Oh, wait. So you telling me you didn't go and befriend that coffee shop lady? Because I feel like she was giving you hints on how to get booked. You just had to go to her yoga class or whatever shit she's into.
At the risk of just forcing this impression in, I'm more likely to show up like Frank Castle at her coffee shop show. Yeah. Well, this is a comedy show, yeah? All right. Yeah. Hey, that's not a joke. And then I just take hot coffee and start throwing it at people going,
tell them that shit ain't funny. I could do better myself. Let me get on the stage.
Well, that's a punchline. That's a punchline. You're just going to stand there and have people chuckle. They paid money. They paid money. They should be laughing. I want to hear belly laughs.
Right. Get mad at them. I ought to punch you in the face with that bad punch line.
But so I'm near Hartford, Connecticut next weekend, and then I'm in Charlotte Labor Day weekend, that Sunday, and Pittsfield, Massachusetts after that, and then not till Philly in October. So I've got like Philly, DC, LA coming up. And as I always say, if you know or want to go to the show, don't wait, because it really can sometimes get down to that moment where a club will look. I have had this happen multiple times. A club will be like, well, we've only sold like 38 tickets. And it's like, okay. And then I'm like, I've canceled shows where it's like, it won't make financial sense, or the club is like too nervous about like booking it. And then of course, day of or 2 days before, people are going, what happened? Where's the ticket link?
Right.
And I'm like,
a lot of people buy day of. Mm-hmm.
And it's, I get it. Like if you don't know, but if you know, like get the tickets. Like that, that's just, it's in this comedy economy now. It's I'm not Stavros or Shane Gillis or Sebastian Maniscalco. You don't just, tickets don't sell out. Like every ticket matters, and every like sale matters. And the earlier the sales are, the more comfortable the club is. And like it allows you, most gigs I have, I'm like stressed until like 15 minutes before showtime, because I'm like, what's the tickets? And then you look outside, you're like, okay, that's a good amount of noise. Okay, phew. Now I have 10 minutes of mental clarity to like prep for the show. And I had I posted one, but I get probably twice a week direct messages from my old fans. That's what I'm calling oldie fans. Is my fan base.
Olden fans.
But they DM me when they mean to share. So I get DMs saying you should check this guy out. And I'm like, to me direct, like, and I'm like, that I am me. Like that, I am checking. I'm aware. And then
he's
like,
coming to town. Like yes,
I know I am.
That's what I said on this post.
And you know what? And that's why they need to make those features simpler, because sometimes I do think, not all the times, people actually mean to share, and because the way the shit is set up, they hit the DM button, or it automatically sends you like, I
don't know. I actually think it's pretty simple, and I think it's just a JL thing. It's like microphones and computers. They work for most of us, but of course JL needs 3. So yeah, it's part of the cost of JL.
So it's you just sit there going, now it's better than somebody messaging me, can't make it.
Yeah. That's the worst.
I don't want to pretend like these are not there's no lesser of two evils. There's no like both parties here. Like one is awful. One is like, that's unfortunate that you made a tech mistake. But
one is a misdemeanor, and the other one should be the death penalty.
Yeah, I agree. So I know the streets are talking about my show, but they're not. They're talking to themselves.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
I can't wait. My dad is going to be there. My mom's going to be there. Huge fans. So I can't wait to see what you're working on. Are you working towards another hour right now of new material?
It's yes, I have. It's like I have more than enough to whittle down, but it's the difficulty has been recently getting reps because the show, like the job, has been very tiring in a way that I haven't experienced. So it's like when I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to watch a TV show and go to sleep, kind of thing. Like, so I have to like get myself, back like with the same level of energy so I can get all the reps I need. But I have 2 directions that I'm thinking of taking the material in, because I have the volume, but I may make it a more specific, the thing that keeps going in my head is like the end of art, the death of art. And it's not like an AI thing, but it's an overall society thing where it's just like, if I'm going to I went to the ballet and the opera last year, and I was like holding out hope. It's not that I'm into those, but I kind of like that they exist. I like that we have like old fashioned art, like in all its ways. There's so many different things that people that have done, and it's seeing people like recording on their cell phones at the ballet and having an usher have to like stop them, hearing phones go off during the opera. I'm like, we're lost. If these old people at the opera paying, like $300, $400 a ticket then we're done. We're done. Forget movies where every movie I go to, I sit there and I go, why am I here? Because I got like 5 screens, and you start to compromise, like, dim. I have a 0 tolerance policy. I'm raising that way up to dim your screen. Like
you seem like a man born in the wrong era, though. I feel like some of this is on you and that.
Only this era. This era is just like Trump was the right man for this era. Like he couldn't have gotten elected any other time in history.
Nope. Right. Nope. They would not have elected that man.
Would have liked his racism, but they would have said, yeah, but you are dishonorable in the ways that we think are important. Like he'd be the worst.
That's true.
Always.
I feel like also though it goes a step beyond with you, because I feel like these things do annoy most of us, but I feel like you're a guy who's like, you know what, a suit to take a flight. What's wrong with that? Why can't we put on suits to take a plane? Like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? I feel like that's you. Like, I feel like if it was the 80s, you're like, why the fuck are y'all talking so loud in the movie? Like, well, shut the fuck up. You came with your friend, but we're here to watch a movie. I feel like there's like an era of JL, like, where you would have lived and been like, this is right. Like, except for the racism, obviously.
Right.
But you would have been like, now this is okay. We put on suits to get on planes.
Women don't speak.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, I didn't mean that. Wait.
Too far. So that's
too far.
We burned women at the stake, but there's an era where it's like there were manners. Like, you wear a jacket to go out to eat at a nice restaurant. You put on a jacket, and if you don't, you stay the fuck home. If you don't have a jacket, that's what we do here at J-L Cauvin's America.
But my compromise, but I have kind of made my compromise. I'm like, how about no Crocs at the theater?
Right? Yeah. Like you're just in the wrong. Like,
well, Ron,
I feel like
if you give a little bit, this is what hardcore JL is learning. If I concede at all, they take everything. So now it's suits. It's suits at the theater because you couldn't obey the no Crocs rule.
Yes, I feel like that deep down you're a Calvinist or Calvinist. That's just like, I don't know why we gotta sing like that at the church and all the clapping and shit. Can we just stand up and read the stuff
and sit down?
Like, that's enough of all this. It's enough musical breaks. Okay,
right.
guys, let's stay focused. Okay, we're here for Jesus.
Church is somber reflection for me. It is not.
Yeah. Yeah. You were just like, you should have been born in like the Mad Men era. And you were perfectly miserably happy. You know?
And then season 3, wait, John Lewis is half black.
Right. That would have been a hell of a plot.
End of the season, I'm walking out with a cardboard box and they're throwing things at me and spitting on me.
Fucking Don Draper's there with his fucking draft dodging ass. Like
that's what the white people are for.
JL's in there with his cardboard box in the elevator, and Don Draper's going up, and he's just like, Don, your mentorship meant a lot to me. I'm going to think about you often when I leave this job. He's like, I won't think about your black ass at all. It's time to get the womanizing up here.
And Joan flirted with you, so she's fired too.
Yeah. She's a DEI hire. We know what kind of stuff you guys are. We know how you got the job. But
we've seen your porn.
Yeah, we've seen we know your reputation has preceded you. So you got the job stuff. Well, how's the personal life going, man? I know you talk about hitting the gym, working out, all this stuff.
Not happening.
Still not happening.
I go to bed every day, having eaten like last night was a perfect example. I had a hamburger for dinner and then like a big bowl of ice cream. And I looked in the mirror like I do about 240 times a year. Right. And I said, when you wake up tomorrow, just get going. You know you can do it. You've done it before. Get
locking
going.
in.
It's just the starting part.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep and I woke up and I said, no.
Right. You're like, who was that? Who was that guy last night?
What in the hell of Fight Club was I thinking?
You know what people don't tell you about all this food stuff? The carbs and sugar are delicious. No one ever talks about that when they talk about this dieting stuff. You
remember those
that part out?
In like the 90s, I remember especially when everything started, and it turns out a lot of people say it was kind of wrong, but it was like low fat. Everything was low fat. Mm-hmm. And like that was the thing that people decided we needed to do. And I loved it on the daytime talk shows where they'd be like, so you like chocolate chip cookies? Okay, but what if we replace the chocolate chip cookie with a rice cake and 3 dark chocolate chips? Mm-hmm. It's basically the same thing. And you've just cut out 150 calories. And I'm like, no. It was always
jail.
Instead of a hamburger, have a salad with tofu. It's
No.
basically the same thing.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
always
just eat what I want then. Why is we doing this?
yeah, it's always funny when they leave out the part that this is not gonna taste good. That's
No.
the funniest thing. It's like, have you ever tried the ratio protein yogurt? And I'm like, I haven't. It's like, yeah, you get 20 grams of protein and delicious strawberry yogurt. I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit. I guess I'll just try that instead of what I. No, oh God, this tastes like sandpaper and cardboard.
It tastes like sawdust. Like I've had salt-free ketchup. That is the nastiest shit ever. Add salt to ketchup.
The sugar apparently the sugar had all the flavor in it.
All the flavor.
The worst though was when I first started. I was at the DA's office like 20 plus years ago, and I'm not, and I've joked about this, but being an adult to me, all jokes aside, I live a pretty decent life. I'm a pretty decent person. I wasn't trying, like, adulthood just meant I could eat what I want when I want. Mm-hmm. And so I would like get to work and I'd be like, I'm going to have 2 donuts from Dunkin' Donuts today. And that was me being like, take that, mom and dad.
Yep.
Right.
And dessert first. That was me. Mm-hmm.
But then I had to, you know, in my big cycle of life where I was like, okay, I put on too much weight, time to start shedding weight when I could do it. And Dunkin' Donuts at the time was selling carb-free bagels. I had one. I can't describe to you how bizarre. And when they invented that, they should have fired that person. It's like, we sell donuts and bagels.
Right.
All we are is carbs. Like,
right.
An empty bag is what you should give somebody when they want a carb-free product from Dunkin' Donuts. And
you're basically telling them, you're telling the customer this is a science experiment.
Yes.
Yeah, and you want to say, did you taste this? Did any employees
like whether they ate it or not, even if it somehow was delicious, you're telling me this is not a food. Like, this can't be constructed from food parts.
No.
This was done in a lab.
And a lot of times when they do these changes, you know, sugar-free this, free this, no fat this, no fat that, they're substituting in something. Like they're it's like, okay, we're taking out all the fats, but we're adding more salt. We're taking out more of this, but we're adding more blue 25 or whatever. So it's a trade to them taking it out of the original recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, sometimes I just eat stuff and I'll be like, this is so delicious, I'm not looking up anything.
Nope. And do not care today.
I'm like, I just gotta let
yes
I just gotta let this one slide. Like, I knew some that said blueberry crumbles, that this was not
and that's gonna crumble
no need to turn over the back and look at the ingredients and the calories on this one. I'm gonna just chalk this up to the game. And try to hit the track and lift some weights or something and just not think about this tomorrow when I'm craving it again. And what about Righteous Girlfriend, man? How's she doing?
She's good. We're just, you know, Cookie is chilling, Laura's chilling. We're just, you know, just going through day to day, just waiting for, you know, the end of this journey called life.
The sweet embrace of death. What about Big Clifford, man? Like, I know you gave him away.
Yeah. He's dogfighting now. He's doing what he was meant to do. He is dogfighting down south. He had too much raw talent. You know what I mean? We tried to domesticate him. We were like, don't you want toys and a park? And he was like, I want to fuck shit up. You can't take that. It was like Apollo and Rocky in Rocky IV. He's like, I'm a fighter, man. That's what I do. I fight. Yeah, but Clifford, we could change. You know, you and I, we're not young like we used to be. I don't want to change. I'm a fighter. I'm Clifford.
I do wonder if he's down there, you know, having the time of his life.
He is.
Because he's a big dog, and you know, I think it's kind of racist to insinuate that he wants to fight. But I don't want to go Bernthal on you.
He's 13% pit bull, and I gotta tell you, I
could tell
he was like 50% golden retriever, 30-something% Labrador. So that is 80+% just happy, fluffy, big, beautiful dog, and then just like one of his grandparents was a pit bull. And Clifford, I would joke. It's sad. I used to joke online, but I would post that sheep from Alien Earth.
Yeah.
With the big eyeball. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is Clifford like twice a week. Like, he's just like, he's loving you. He puts his hand on you when he wants to pet. The guy was great. But all of a sudden, you'd just be walking outside and he'd see somebody. You don't know what and he would just go, like he Bernthald.
Damn.
Punisher. He
Scared everybody to
was
death.
John Bernthal in interviews 85% of the time. He's like, I just like toys. Yeah, you know, I like toys. I like treats. You know, I just, sometimes I get up on sometimes, my owner gets mad. I get on the counter and I eat some bread when I'm not supposed to. But, we're just happy. I'm living here with Cookie. We get along great. It's like me and Tom Holland. We just have this good rapport. And, hey, what's that? Is that just a random person in the park minding his business? that was Clifford, and Clifford got adopted by like some family, and he is like a very loving dog. They were getting him like leash training because as they kind of studied him, they were like, he seems to like the leash makes him aggressive, and so they worked with him. They found a family for him, and they love him. And he was a big sweet guy, and we just. Unfortunately, if I had been walking him, I can't walk the dog 100% of the time, obviously. And he was too strong for Laura. If most of the time he didn't do that, but if he decided like, hey, who's that? She didn't have the like strength to hold him back. So
the people that have too much dog for their size, they always kind of scare me when I see them walking their big old dog, and I'll be like, dog, what? You're just a suggestion,
right?
Like if that dog decide to go
off
crazy, all you're gonna be able to do is ask it not to.
Knees skint up on the pavement. What is this?
But when I tickle Laura, like she's one of those people. Like if you tickle her foot, she'll try to break your nose with a kick,
right? Mm-hmm.
Where I'm always like, that was a choice. I don't think. Yeah. I think you could have had a reflex, but you tried to like cause dental damage to me with that kick. And the person that possesses that strength, I was disappointed that she didn't have the strength. Like maybe if Clifford had just tried to tickle her, she would have been like,
right,
you don't do that. Right. but apparently, that only happens if I'm like sneak up and go. Then all of a sudden it's
you kind of strong. All right, let's get to our segments, guys. And don't forget to go check out J-L Cauvin on the road. JL, where can they get tickets?
Yes, get those tickets. JLComedy.com, JLCauvin.comedy. What? See, this is why nobody comes. I'm like, what's my website?
They're like, I want to just DM him that he's not there.
Match.com/Christian.
I don't know how to get to his website because he said it wrong. Let me DM him that he's in town.
I got to click 4 times. What is this?
He doesn't even know.
You don't have calendar up there?
Somebody did message me that they were like, I had to click at least. I mean, I couldn't believe this was a complaint. I had to click at least 3 times to find your shows. I was like, that is at least 8 seconds, ma'am. I apologize.
Not 3 times.
But yeah, if you go to jlcauvin.com/calendar or on any social media, like my bio has the link tree, but tickets for Connecticut, Charlotte, don't come for me. Come for Rod, Karen, and Rod's parents. I'm willing to just coast off of that celebrity appearance. Pittsfield, Massachusetts, which is actually kind of close to Albany. So if there's any upstate, Albany area people, I'm doing a theater with a couple of other comics on September 12th. Philly is, and I'm sorry, then we can get to the segments, but Philly, I'm in DC and LA in January, but those ticket links are up. So get them now. But Philly is the perfect encapsulation of my career. I don't do the old club I used to do at Philly because they were involved with a special, and then there was legal action, etc. So that was great to sever an 11-year relationship based on me doing absolutely nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. So there's another great club in Philly, Punchline, which is now where I work once a year. But in 2018, which was obviously before the pandemic, before I sort of blew up, I had my Corolla appearances. I had you guys, like, so I could get some people out, but I didn't have what I built during the pandemic. And I sold like 70 tickets on a Wednesday to tape Thoughts and Prayers, and they comped 30 people. So on a Wednesday, I had 100 people, 70 of whom paid, mostly based on social media and me being, whether it's on Corolla, you guys, like, and just some people who'd seen me at the club before, because I'd been at that club like 6 times, 7 times at that point. Mm-hmm. When I went back to that club the year after the pandemic, where I was like, well, if I'm selling 70 on a Wednesday, a Thursday, or it was actually a Sunday, but I was like, a Sunday after all this, I sold 31 tickets. I sold less than half what I sold before anybody knew who the F I was.
Wow.
And that was one of those moments where I was like, I just sold 150 tickets in Boston on a Monday.
Right.
I come on a Sunday. I know it's Sunday, it's not Friday, but still, like, if you came to me on a Wednesday when I was nobody, now I got all these millions of views and huge following, 31 tickets. Like, I could not, to this day, I don't understand. So Philly, I still hold out hope that, like, can I get back to where I was when nobody knew me?
Right.
Because I'd like to sell, like, and it's about 2 things. The money is one thing. That's yes. I'd like to, instead of making like 300, I'd love to make 1,300 on a trip to a city, or 2,300. But it's also about, if I sell well, then the next time maybe it's a holiday weekend. Maybe it's like Friday, Saturday of Labor Day weekend, or Columbus, where now you get some of that built in. You get better days for people to come see you that do know you, because maybe they can't make it on a Wednesday. And you get that natural traffic that just wants to check out a show on a Friday, Saturday. So it's like the rich get richer and the JLs get more JL. So, just if you're in any of those cities, if you like, whether it's the impressions, the comedy, whatever you like, get tickets sooner rather than later. But Philly is like one, other than Charlotte, obviously. Yeah. Because I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna make you guys take some of the blame if Charlotte's terrible.
Yeah, I assume so.
We thought the Black Guy Who Tips brand could overpower JL. It couldn't.
I mean, the only live show that our video recording didn't work for was the one we had JL come in. So
all the rest of them worked.
I was like, you know what? We can't defeat. You just have to accept the jinx as part of the programming, and I've accepted that we're part of it now. So
I mean, maybe if you come to a show, a light will like fall on my head or something. Like you might see something crazy, like we're getting to like Final Destination level jinx.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, long way of saying, please, spread the word, get those tickets. A lot of new, really strong material. So.
JLComedy.com.
Yes.
JLComedy.com.
And JL is worth it. He's very, very enjoyable live. And also, I wanted to tell you, JL, we gave you the stage. Don't apologize. We said promote yourself, and you talk about I'm sorry. I was like, why is he apologizing?
JLComedy.com. Let's go. All right. Politics till we get mad.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook or not a crook. I've learned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's a Dutch talking in Tennessee, but it says, "Fool me once, shame on you, shame on you. We can't get fooled again."
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
A judge has dropped the Nevada case against electors accused of forging a certificate in the 2020 election. The years-long case against 6 Nevada Republicans who were accused of submitting a bogus certificate that falsely declared Donald Trump the winner of the state's 2020 presidential election has been dismissed. The dismissal marks the latest setback in swing states efforts to prosecute fake electors who tried to keep Trump in the White House after he lost to Joe Biden in 2020. So Donald Trump, a guy who constantly decries the 2020 election as a stolen election, or 2020, as a stolen election, says we need election security, passes all these, like tries to pass ID law, tried to pass like a draconian voter suppression law that just barely failed. The only evidence that we really have of people trying to steal an election are Republicans.
Right.
And in 2026, those cases are being dropped against those people. Election security, y'all.
Yeah. It's yeah, there's nothing. It's as somebody who makes, half their living constantly keeping Trump in my head and in my social media feed. And I know people love to do that thing. I mean, we talked about it with Karen Hunter, and I get it, where it's like, there is new ground for like me to be disappointed. You don't realize it until you're like what Trump is doing now. I know this is broader than this, but this is just another example of like blatant, in your face hypocrisy, just like overwhelming. Like, he is a bad person, we all know that, but what's so shocking is he's so bad at the job. He's so bad at being president. He has none of the qualities, none of the skills. He can't even accidentally do something good at this point as president. And his supporters, they are like, there is a base of like probably 33%. There's that. And I don't know who I hate more, the 7% who will stick with him like until their gas tank is too expensive, or the people who are just like Natalie Harp, who are just like, I'm with this, like, I'm brainwashed.
Right.
I love this dude. I kind of hate the people who like,
I'm bothered
8 years to leave.
I'm bothered by the people who go like they construct arguments based on like this, like, I'm not racist. I just feel like we need election security or something like that. I'm just a big election security person. And then when something like this happens, where it's not just this state, but also like Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, and Georgia have dismissed 3, so there's 4 fake elector cases that have been dismissed. And they just can't be bothered. And it doesn't seem like anyone's holding their feet to the fire. Be like, no, you said you're not racist. You're actually overlooking a lot of things you apparently disagree with about Trump, because your issue is election security and you hate stolen elections. Here, why are they dismissing cases where they know these people put fake electors and fake results in? They just can't be bothered, and no one really seems to be tracking these people down to ask them these questions to their face. Or, they come on the Sunday night or the Sunday morning news shows and they just change the topic. I think that bothers me a lot, because it's just like,
you mean when John Kerry supporters said that George W. Bush stole Ohio? You remember that? Not
yeah,
really,
what about that?
Because that really wasn't as big a deal.
Yeah.
So I don't remember that really.
Yeah, right. They love a good, like,
how
remember
many
that
cops
one time in
killed?
August?
How many cops got killed during that attempted coup? Oh, none, because it wasn't an attempted coup. Just some people thought Bush stole one state, like he stole Florida with the help of the Supreme Court, like he actually did in 2000. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Buc-ee's. Karen, you're a big fan of the idea of Buc-ee's. We've never been to one.
Just been everywhere, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to go one day."
Conservative, business-friendly states. Buc-ee's CEO wants to avoid blue states.
You don't like money, do you? We know you're racist. It's like going to a Cracker Barrel. We understand.
Oh, you knew Buc-ee's was racist? I did not have an understanding that Buc-ee's was racist. This is news to me. I had heard so many people say good things about him, and the beaver wasn't giving me racism from the logo. Cracker Barrel. Now, I've never been to a Buc-ee's. Like, Cracker Barrel, to me, the tale is 37 American flags.
And the wooden rocking chairs, 30 porches.
30, somewhere around more than 2 American flags starts feeling like 1 Confederate flag. Like, so it was like too much Americana. I was like, what's happening in Cracker Barrel? But Buc-ee's just got a little autistic looking beaver thing as the logo. It's like you know, people, all the people that go there love telling you how great it is.
Yeah.
And it's all kinds of people. It's not just like conservative MAGA people that swear by it. So I just want to know, like, what does he have against money?
Yes. What do you have against money?
I have a question, and I'm not defending this individual person, but I feel like there's a way where somebody could say, oh, well, you know, our taxes are lower in red states. You know what I mean? Like when we're expanding. But I think the way it's framed, either by the guy, it's you're signaling, you're intentionally signaling.
Yeah.
Because you could just say, we look for, you know, for our growth strategy, we're looking for, you know, lower business tax states. That's a business explanation. If you put it this way,
right,
you want people to know, like, no, it's cultural too. It's culture. It's not just business, you know. So it's
I guess the guy who's running it is CEO Arch Beaver Applin III. So he's the founder and the CEO. His nickname is Beaver. So I guess they don't call him Arch, they call him Beaver Applin the third. And so he says that they're opening a new location in Benton, Arkansas, and he gave a speech about it. And I'm sure he was playing Pat McAfee's new album in the background while he gave the speech.
Oh, no, I haven't heard a second of that foolishness.
But yeah, he said, we're growing, we're building in a lot of places, but when you find a conservative, business-friendly state with a phenomenal workforce, it makes a difference. And I'm starting to realize life's too short to try to build in places that people don't appreciate what you're bringing versus a place like this where people do appreciate what you're building. He said in a video shared by Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Of course, that bitch.
The 13 states where they have at least one location, the only one that's blue is Colorado. And I know they're building one in Virginia. So it's just weird because I think is what I find interesting about stuff like this is that typically we excuse conservatives or anyone doing business under capitalism. We just kind of excuse it as like apolitical. Like, listen, it's not about politics. It's about money. When we, you know, matter of fact, when you care about politics, we actually think it's kind of weird. Like, why, like Ben and Jerry's, guys, you guys are being so weird, dude. Why you gotta be so woke?
They've been like that for decades.
Yeah, yeah, but we excuse a lot for money. Here's a guy volunteering this. You know, there's a certain type of conservative that lets you know their politics in these moments like this. You know, so I find it odd that a brand that mostly, from everything I've anecdotally, popular brand.
Yes, people.
Nobody really seems to be going because it's political or not going because it's political.
Right.
But he's like, let me step in these target waters. Okay, let me. You know what? I like when people don't want to fuck with me.
Yeah, you got employees that might not agree with you.
And what's wild about it too is like conservatives don't really support stuff just because you share their values. Like they'll make a big deal out of it on Twitter or you know, like,
and then they skip the Sydney Sweeney movie, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like they're sipping on it, like, this is my Buc-ee's cup, and let me tell you, this bet just pisses you off. It's like, but do you go there and shop? No, like. So it's kind of, you know, Target capitulated, and there were still conservatives going in Target doing videos and not buying shit. They just be like, there's a rainbow still in here, man. Fuck these guys. I'm like, so you do all this and it's not helping the bottom line.
No, it's not. Target's still losing money.
I just find it to be so needlessly weird.
Not only is it needlessly weird, their commander-in-chief has told them that this is okay. Because prior to this, nobody knew what the fuck this man thought or his feelings on this. He may have thought this the whole goddamn time that they have been building this company.
Yeah, I often think people are doing.
Trump has given them permission to come out and say these things because now there are no consequences to your actions.
I think often that people, I'm a bit more cynical than the average person. I think people do the CEOs and the companies favors when they're like, no, this administration is scaring them. And so they have to. I'm like, this is not the administration.
Nope.
Like nothing. There was no pressure on Buc-ee's to say this.
Pass no policies. What are we doing here?
This guy agrees with this shit. You know, when you see like the mass exodus of diversity from these corporations, a lot of these people felt like we were doing this against our will anyway. So, yeah, man, we're so scared of Trump. That's why the New York, that's why the Washington Post got to get rid of all the black people. And there's Trump. I'm scared. I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm only the richest motherfucker in the game, but I'm so scared of this guy because what is he? He's gonna come for my money.
Yeah.
I was reading also recently.
At least Elon, that's one thing. At least Elon, not a fan, but at least he acts like I have hundreds of billions of dollars. Like he'll get into a fight with Trump. Like,
right.
I'm not trying to but I'm just saying if I'm going to say one nice thing about him, at least because Bezos should not give a shit what anybody thinks.
Yeah, there's Bezos, Zuckerberg, all these people. Like I think Elon's just not able to hide it. But the other guys it's like they're letting us do the work for them to be like, no, Zuckerberg's afraid of the government doing regulations against Facebook. So that's why he's talking like this. And I'm like, no, because when the government was under Biden and they were going to do regulations and they were looking into it, this motherfucker was defiant.
Yes, he was.
Like he was like, man, y'all are tripping. I don't even know. He fought it. He didn't just go, oh God, shit, let's change Facebook, guys. He was fighting against it the whole time, showing up to Congress defiantly. So yeah, I just think we're doing them a favor to say that. And this guy right here, there's no threat that was issued at Buc-ee's. He just thinks conservative values in red states are better, and maybe they will be better for business because red states tend to have policies that allow you to fuck over the most people possible. Like they have the least protections of consumers and all that stuff. So maybe he's just 100% right on that, but it's interesting he would let us know. He could have complimented the hardworking people of Arkansas without turning it into blue states and blue places are bad.
100% agree. And also it's one of those things, as I've gotten older and as I've realized that racism is irrational and illogical, period. That's what it is. It does the opposite of what you think it should do, because corporate America and all of this, they've always told me money is king. It's a goddamn lie. Money is king until my racism kick in. Then money ain't king no more. It's racism over everything. It took me a while to make that connection. And once I realized that, the actions make 100% more sense.
When the Sony emails got leaked, I'll never forget that one of Sarah Pascal, I think that's her last name, but her first name, but whatever her name was, one of her emails was about how they didn't think they should keep making Denzel Equalizer films because he might not be a big enough star in other countries. And I was like, other countries don't have a problem with black. A lot of countries have black people in them. And Denzel has the track record that actually show, like, there's literal numbers that show he's an international movie star. This is not and it's not even like Denzel at 23. Like this is Denzel known by one name, Denzel. You don't gotta say Washington. And you're still writing emails like, listen, guys, I don't know, man. We should keep pushing. No offense to this guy, but like Jake Gyllenhaal, we got to keep pushing Jake Gyllenhaal, man. Like that's what international artists are probably going to get into. I'm like, as opposed to the established Denzel Washington, like let's not make that money again. That's just racism, like you said. That's over capital. That's over money. That's over everything they tell us. If you do these things, you'll be successful. They're like, I don't know. He's still black though,
right? And that's why people always get tripped up. But once you understand that that's the realization, you don't get tripped up no more.
Yeah.
You know me of it, because like I say, if you buy into this money over everything, that's literally what they feed you until it's not. And also I think for me, this is why, and we talked about and I will continue to drill this. People are not good people. You know, a lot of times they're not good people. They don't make good choices. They don't make good decisions. Corporations are not people, y'all. Corporations are a collection of people. Corporations are not people. So you need people this over the government that will force them to do shit. You ain't got to like me. You ain't got to love me. We ain't got to be best friends. But I want something motherfucking written on the books so that you can't do bullshit like, you know what I mean, like this, and everybody go, it's all right, because it's not.
Well, there's nothing illegal about what he's saying. I think he's just revealing who he is. Like you can't make him build a thing. Now, here's the last thing I will say though. I think he's also just potentially full of shit. And like he's just giving this speech here because this is where he's building the thing today. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders is the person that's going to show the video. And I'm sure when he was building his shit in Colorado, in Denver, he wasn't giving this speech. You know what I mean? Like when the one they're building in Virginia right now, when it's done, I doubt he's going up there to be like, listen, man, the hardworking Virginians that voted for Youngkin are the only people I want shopping in my store. So this could be the fake platitudes as well as his real like opinions.
And I agree. I think that when people say things like this, and if they mean it, a lot of their policies in the way they treat their companies and employees kind of follows that same thing. So that's why I say, oh, this is connected in my brain. Because if you say this, I'm pretty sure you're doing something else that laws need to be passed to stop it.
Darth Vader impersonator defends flock spy cameras.
Oh no!
He showed up at one of these city council meetings.
Said dun, 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 dun.
Showed up in San Diego.
That's hilarious. Did he come with stormtroopers?
The man dressed as Darth Vader crashed a San Diego city council hearing Wednesday and delivered a bizarre Star Wars themed defense of the city's controversial flock cameras, completed with the Sith Lord's trademark heavy breathing, blasting through the council microphone. Yeah, this is one of those things where like if I had like J-L Cauvin skill set, I feel like I'd spend it doing frivolous shit like this. Like I feel like this is like a great lane to like it's comedy, but it's also gonna get attention to an issue that's important.
Right.
But it also is making a very valid point.
If Darth Vader, who always is the bad guy, if he agrees with you, y'all are doing something fucked up.
Yeah. So I kind of
wait. Somebody's erasing the end of Return of the Jedi right there, Karen. Always the bad guy? Jeez.
Always the bad guy.
He had a 14-second reprieve. I wonder if that's part of what fucks us all up, is that Darth Vader did have that moment of having a reprieve, and now we all think that that's like what's supposed to happen to all these old evil people in our society. Where it's like, no, guys, I never say I hate anybody.
Well, Palpatine ain't changed. Palpatine came back from the dead.
Yeah.
Trump shoves Mitch McConnell in like a volcano.
Of course he does. Right over the edge.
Here's a clip of it too. I wonder how good the impression is.
The Emperor is a fan of flock, and we must continue utilizing flock technologies so that we can follow and surveil the rebel scum as they move from playground to playground, from playground to pool, from pool to gymnasium, because we all know that the flock cameras are not only following the license plate readers, they are following children. They are following children in parks and gymnasiums, and we need this. I need this so I can stalk my ex-girlfriend. Also,
is he gonna bring up Padme? Let's see how deep he goes.
So, it should be known that the people of this town, the pools that want their storm drains cleared, they should not have their storm drains cleared. Because in order to do that, we will have to raise taxes. And how will the people trust this city council when this city council continues to vote for surveillance technology that imprisons them? Miss Campbell, you must work on your Jedi mind tricks. Do it like this. And when you do it, make sure that when you're double speaking them into telling them that police services have become more humanitarian, make sure that you don't emphasize the detail that you put a ban on camping. You put a ban. You made criminalizing homelessness illegal. And that is why there is no such thing as humanitarian policing for the homeless. Because
you know what? I appreciate him. It's not the best impression, but I appreciate the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
I feel
hilarious.
like a better impressionist would have gotten, like, maybe should have wrote down like a few bullet points to get in there, but the passion was there, the optics are great, and like I said, I just feel like now there should be a bunch of people that can do good impressions that show up at city town halls. Let's get it. Maybe this is how we get it popping. JL.
Embarrassing.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be my political comeback. He's the guy who shows up at town meetings and just rambles on as another person.
John Bernthal showing up for, like, you know, some anti-dog laws.
Let me ask you this: they want to build a McDonald's, okay, with a drive-through by the elementary school. Yeah? Kids getting hit by cars while you get a Happy Meal. Guess what's not happy? Funerals for kids.
Right. It's like it gets the pettier and pettier stuff, because like you gotta feed the content at some point. So it's like, what's happening this week? Zoning laws about like, all right, I guess it's zoning laws.
We only have 4 handicap parking spaces. I saw 6 people in wheelchairs outside this meeting. Huh?
And I'm really taking from actual Bloomfield Council issues.
I can tell these are real issues. When we're like 6 months away from you getting full John Bernthal Punishered up to go out to the city council meeting, I'm gonna feel proud. I'm gonna be like, I remember this moment. We were bullshitting, but now J-L Cauvin is known as the as the Punisher of New Jersey.
So remember that last week when I attacked a member of the town council in the parking lot? I loved it. I'll do it
again. Here's a surprising,
That's hilarious.
surprising headline. Sit down if you're listening to this.
Okay, what's happening?
X, formerly known as Twitter. X's algorithm feeds off of rage bait and impacts Democrats more, study finds.
No shit.
It's from 404media.co.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah.
X's algorithm learns what you hate and shows you more of it, according to a new study just published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The paper, titled Value Misalignment of X's Feed Algorithm, is a reflection of value tensions and engagement, found that the site's algorithm prioritized engagement above all else when it's generated a user's For You page. It also shows that X serves more rage bait to people who say they are Democrats, although the exact reason for that is unclear.
Unclear? We know why. Somebody hit a button.
Yeah. I think this is interesting because I find myself thinking about this a lot when I talk to my friends and they bring up something they've seen on social media, and they describe it almost like it's like, yeah, we're all seeing it, and I increasingly I'm like, I'm not seeing that.
I don't even look on my For You page.
But, and like it can be important. It could be something that if I did see it, I would be upset by. But because I've been doing a little bit more like offline, just getting out the house and doing shit, I'm not keeping up on the day-to-day of stuff. And a lot of times, like, because it's been 15 years of social media now, if not longer, I feel like we kind of seen it all.
Yes, we have.
So like when I see something with Noah Wells, I already know how it's going to go.
Right.
Like, I don't even mean that dismissively. I mean, I'm just as upset and passionate about it, but we know it's going to be murky. We know it's going to be grifters coming in trying to capitalize off of it. We know there's going to be racial rage baiting, all of that stuff as this process plays out. Even Carmelo Anthony with a K, that's another one where like I saw what happened. I was like, I know how that's going to end. I know it's going to be bad. And being mired in the minutia of every second of it, every like, oh, this person is a neighbor and they said this, and oh, one time I heard he got a C on his, oh, did you know the dad of the other guy is like, I'm just opting out. But it makes sense that people can't really opt out because you're going there and hitting your For You page hoping to see something for you, and you're getting something that is going to piss you off, which is what social media has done to us.
Of course.
Yeah, it's what I can't, much like Trump, the thing is, like, after the pandemic, like, and when Trump got kicked off Twitter, that like effed me up on the Twitter algorithm. I was just crushing it there, and it was definitely had a financial impact, just not reaching people for tickets and videos and things like that. But what Elon Musk did to the site, just irrespective of like engagement algorithms, it's also functionally a piece of shit now.
Yes,
like
it
that's
is.
that's what's so shiny. Like when I search, you used to be able to search for an old tweet, and like, I can't find hardly anything when I'm like, I know I tweeted about that like 8 months ago. Like, here are the keywords, and they're like, we can't find anything. It's like, I had
because everybody got fired. The person whose job it was to keep that search engine.
But you know what?
No,
but you know what though, Karen? It's even worse.
Yeah,
because you had the functionality. You could have. It's not even like a functionality that needs to constantly be updated.
True.
The search function worked. Elon Musk and his genius stripped all the things that work out of Twitter. Even the name X is fucking stupid. Like, it's all just to serve this man's vast ego and ineptitude.
And most people don't even call it that.
And he has so much money that people will sit up there and tell him these are good ideas or be fired. So that this is all like I honestly, fuck Jack Dorsey, man. I remember he was the guy like, Elon's gonna be the one to fix this, and I couldn't be handing Twitter off to a better person. And I'm just like, no, because you didn't like that. Some people were like, hey, when you let people call us the N-word, it doesn't make us want to use your site. You're like, I'll just hand it to a Nazi and he'll figure this out. That's what we're living in. But it makes sense that a guy like that hits this button because that's his existence. If you look at how he tweets, he tweets as a person who's totally dialed into this algorithm that is constantly telling him things that will piss him off.
Right.
He just happens to be a racist. So he's being like, Lupita Nyong'o is beautiful. Disagree. But he's the most Twitter brain person on the fucking site.
Yes, he is.
Credit to Christopher Nolan for making a movie that then made those people have to shut up, even if they weren't shutting up for like the right reason.
Yeah,
it did make them just have to be quiet.
It made too much money. They remember.
Many of them liked it. Like too many. There was like a little racism civil war where they're like, well, you know what? It is really awesome, the movie. So who cares? And that's the best victory you can hope for from a racist, which is like, well, it's good. So who cares? Which is really the whole point in terms of not being a racist. It's
I think also it was revealing, because sometimes you get glimpses into what their echo chamber is. And their echo chamber was revealing that they were declaring this movie would flop. Because that to me is that's like when sometimes you see like liberal people get in an echo chamber and they like an idea takes form online and you're like, that will never happen in real life. Like I hear Joker. What you got to say.
I think they did a little bit on the first Joker.
Yeah, like the first Joker.
Like, this is okay. So it's like some bro movie from the guy who made those shitty comedies. No, it's a good movie from the guy who made the comedies. Like,
yeah, exactly. But it's gonna flop. It's gonna be terrible. And like our marching orders are, we have to shit on this movie, whatever. I'm over here with the left, so I see more of those things, and I maybe I roll my eyes or whatever. I don't spend a lot of time fighting it, but I'm just like, oh, okay. That's apparently everybody thinks it's gonna suck or whatever. This was a glimpse into their side because they were saying this movie was gonna flop,
and it did not.
And I don't know how red pill you got to get to think a Nolan movie just gonna fucking flop.
And by the way, Avatar 2 is gonna make no money.
Right. Yeah, just like you gotta be hyper into like whatever. So I'm not surprised by that, but yeah, and the last thing I'll say, and we can get off of this topic, but it ain't just Twitter. Like, don't be dumb. These algorithms are designed to keep us engaged on all the platforms. Some are more blatant than others.
Agreed.
But they're all doing the same fucking thing. TikTok is going to serve you something. If you start going, I think I'm going to log off. It's like, no, hold up. Here's something that'll piss you off. Threads is all, at least for me, the default is all just, how do you get pissed off at somebody today? Like, I don't even know. Like, and it's probably because I haven't been on Threads enough to tame it.
Yeah, I haven't filtered it yet. And I'm
But
not,
like,
yeah, I don't.
I can just
take the time.
go to the front page. It's almost impossible to go 2-3 entries without something being like,
Can I
Jesus.
speak up for Threads? Because I've
Of
enjoyed
course.
Threads way more. Like Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter, I'm bitter about, obviously, because it, you know, I've been throttled on it for years. But it's also now I realize how little I actually go on it because it's so bad now. Like on every level, like the functionality, the content, everything about it stinks, which is sad because it used to be really great. But Threads, I've grown to kind of enjoy because I can get some engagement there. It's not guaranteed, but I feel like every time I post, I have a chance of my stuff reaching people, which is all I wanted from Twitter. You know, now but my algorithm is good. My algorithm is, it's like, and I'm not even kidding, I open up Threads every day and it's like, first post is a middle-aged woman, a busty middle-aged woman talking about something. And it's always the biggest joke. It's like, you know, like it's clearly a chest picture, but the content is like, I'm not sure if I should go to grad school or not. Am I too old for grad school? And it's got like 3,000 likes. And I'm like, they don't care about your education. And I don't think you do either. But then it's all like sports, politics, comedy, mostly stuff like, and it's a good ratio. I find it's like 80% I agree with, but not 100%. So I kind of like, to me, I'm like, this is as good as I can probably expect out of social media. So like, they're hitting me pretty well without making me feel like I'm in a total echo chamber. But
I think the thing is though, for even
work.
the thing, well, I think even the thing for like Threads or whatever, like people always fall in love with the one that's like second place.
Yes.
Because they gotta not be as egregious as whoever's in first place. And Twitter, of course, just got ruined by just one man who just has no fucking tact. Like, but the underlying, like Twitter being the worst is totally, I agree, it's the worst one. But I mean, I've never done Truth Social, so I'm assuming Twitter's
it doesn't qualify. Like it doesn't have enough to qualify for the contest.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like it's fringe. I don't care that it's Trump's thing. It's fringe.
Yeah. Also consider
they have low numbers when we do the polls.
Yeah. But as far as Threads and TikTok, because TikTok was one heavy for people that were like, this is the one, man. They're giving us what we want to see. I'm like, I don't know, man, because conservatives are saying that same shit too. And that doesn't make sense. This app hasn't picked a side. It's just serving you a certain amount of rage content or whatever. But Threads is interesting because I think when you're in second place and you want to grow, there's a little more tendency to be like, all right, let's make people feel kind of good about this. Threads is not as bad as Twitter for me, but Threads for me does and I think it's very specific. It almost knows how to piss me off for people going too far on my side. It's smarter than just showing, like, because I would never sometimes I'll see my friends responding to a conservative, and that's how it gets in my feed. That's another thing Threads is good for. I'm like, who the fuck would say right now? I just to prove my point, I don't log in often. Obama is the root cause of a lot of hate and division in our country today. President Barack Obama famously stated that local police acted stupidly during July 2009 arrest of Harvard professor Henry Louis Gates Jr. at his own home. And then Mr. Span, my homie, replies to it.
Yeah, he replies to a lot. I get a lot of him.
Yeah. The man was at his own fucking house. And
I fighting in these streets.
I of course agree with Mr. Span, but I had to go because he replied to it.
It gets in your
Thread
feed.
shows me the asshole first. As if I followed the asshole, like
it shows you the asshole.
Yeah, so like
show you his response.
Yeah, so like, and I guess I'm in a season in my life where like if I saw someone say that about Barack Obama, I literally just would not reply. I would be like, oh, then block. Like, what the fuck?
What are we doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry, you crazy. Oh, what was you? How'd you get over here?
I'm going to stand up for Mr. Span here because I think what I have. If they're on my YouTube channel or something, I will make a show of responding to like MAGA people.
Yeah.
Because there's no mercy for them. But I think where I'm more likely to respond, as we talk about sometimes, is those, the Obama is really the problem. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is really to blame. And my thing is like, I would like, so that's the bait for me. The liberal who hates Democrats is
that's
like,
what I'm saying. I see that a lot. Yeah, that's the one that Threads gives me is like 1 out of every 5 of these is somebody is like, the real problem is that Joe Biden was
appointed Merrick Garland.
Right, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, is that the real problem? So, but once again, I tried not to respond. My bigger point was simply these apps all have this functionality.
Yeah,
and our brains are lizard brains. Like our brains are very much like, I'm being attacked. I need to disagree with this thing.
Fight or flight, like it's simple in our brains.
Yeah, they just don't have any scruples about it.
And I think one add on to this, it's just tech related, but like I still have an iPod. Like when they announced they were discontinuing them, I like bought 2 more so that I'd like have them. Because I don't have an iPhone, so that's like, I have, decades of CDs that I still have kind of to load onto a player and all the music I bought. But it's funny that I'll sometimes see articles about like people wanting iPods because it allows them to have their music and not be constantly getting notifications and being connected to their phone.
It's why I have a Kindle. Like I don't just have like my tablet or my phone that I read Kindle on the app. No. I have a Kindle. I don't need to see that shit. I'm dead serious.
But watch Amazon. Watch Amazon like a few years from now only start selling like an advanced Kindle that allows advertisers and content to sort of fuck with your reading. Because that's the thing with like, for me, it's no big deal. I don't need my phone. Like if I'm working out or listening to music, that's what I want to do. But it's telling that they discontinued the iPod.
Right.
That's like Apple saying, yeah, but they're not getting advertisements and content and subscription offers and all this other thing that they're just listening to music.
The other thing that, and this is the part that I think is hard for folks to admit, which is people like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. When faced with the choice of here's an iPod, and it's not going to hit as many dopamine switches in you. And here's an iPhone, can do the same thing as an iPod, but you'll get to also be upset about the daily going on. People want to do that. People like the Matrix. They like the stake in the Matrix. They don't want to admit that they like the stake. But that's part of the denial that's making this shit worse, is if people could even come to Jesus on some like, actually, you know what? I kind of like going on my social media, seeing a conservative say something stupid and then saying, go fuck yourself, I'll kill you, bitch, go to hell. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I can't stop myself.
No, because it's an addiction, and people don't, when you say addiction, everybody think you snorting cocaine. It is a form of cocaine, but it's just emotionally.
It's called a woke cane, Karen.
Okay, woke cane.
Okay, they are on woke cane. They can't stop themselves from dunking on these people.
I went on Friday, like my office, we had like our kind of like seasonal get together party. And I went and I was struck by, there was a teenager on the train who got off at the same stop as me. And he was just watching like TikTok videos. And I forget what it was, but it was like, it wasn't like 10-second videos. He wasn't like flipping through, but he was just from like the time I saw him on the train to even walking down the stairs from the train, like 15 minutes later, that was the first time. We all know that this stuff, as Karen said, is addictive. It's intended to be addictive.
Yes.
But this was the first time I saw a kid who was probably like, if I had to guess, like 16. He looked like he looked like a junkie,
right?
Like in terms of like zoned out and just shuffling along, looking at his phone. He looked like a normal kid, but I was like,
you're not even getting high anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what I do. I open my phone and I kind of I'm like, sir, you're like, they talk a lot in when they were talking about train safety, like after the pandemic, because there was a lot more subway crime. Some of that has to do with fewer police and police texting each other and not doing like not being the same kind of subway cops that we used to have. It was like, now it's just a cluster of 6 dudes texting and talking, and then they're like, okay, let's all go see what's over there. Right. But the amount of people I would see on subway platforms just zoned out in their phones, I would just be like, I guess it's not that dangerous.
Right.
Like I'm very aware on a subway platform. Like when a train's coming, I like stand behind a pillar. Not that somebody could push me, but you know what? If I'm not paying attention,
right.
I keep very aware. I'm not paranoid, but I'm just like, there's a train coming and this is a subway and there's a guy peeing in the corner there. So not everything is normal. So I'm aware, but people are zoned out. But this kid, he looked like a phone junkie. Almost, like, you know what I mean? Like it was almost like, wow, that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing to kids and adults.
To ourselves.
Yeah. And there are some things that are kind of fighting against these things. I know right now it's a big push for parents are really pushing, particularly K-2, to get phones out of kids' hands and be like, hey, we don't mind the computers. K-12? K-2, like the younger, like the really, really young. Because, a lot of times they put pads in front of them.
Well, right, so like tablets, right.
Yeah, they're like, we want to limit, this and kind of mix it up. And then for the older students, in some school systems this year, they like, take your phone, turn it off, we're locking it up.
And parents are upset by
access to it because everybody's addicted. That's
not just that.
Pretend Dave Chappelle is your teacher. Lock up your phone. You'll get it when you leave.
This is even more depressing. Well, I will end on this part, but the parents want them to have the phones because what if a school shooting happens?
Yeah,
you know what my answer is, Rod?
That's how many school shootings we have. Is that we're like, we need to take away this. The kids can't learn with their phones. Like, yeah, but when someone comes to kill them, how they gonna call me?
Rod, my answer to that is simple. Just turn on the news.
All right.
It's too late. It's too right. Your kid's cell phone will not save them. Like so, it's a kind of a false choice in all seriousness.
But it is ironic that the reasoning would.
But don't stop the guns.
We
I'm
can't
going
stop.
To vote.
Don't stop the guns.
Do not curtail my Second Amendment.
Yes, like the big issue is not how do we get enough energy to stop people from having guns. The big issue is like, how do I keep my kids keeping their phone? I just need to know the exact moment they're shot. I just need to hear the bullets in the background as they're being shot. Because as a parent, I would be derelict in duty to not have my kid with a phone when they're being killed. Right, nothing else I can do about it.
Nothing. And we'll upload it for content because my channel is monetized. So I would like that footage. Imagine
how is Alex Jones gonna know my kid was real if they can't go live while being shot? Are the kids gonna be going live on Insta? Like, it's your boy. I'm in here. Y'all can see they killing motherfuckers in the background. It's crazy.
World star.
Like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that button. Yeah, we are fucking cooked.
If I survive, see you next school shooting. What are you doing here?
Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people. Fucking with black people.
All right, literal fucking with black people, guys.
Okay.
All right. We go around the country, find different articles, scoring from 0 to 100, intervals of 25, or how much we feel fucked with as black people.
Mm-hmm.
Today's contestant is actually Kira Noir. You don't know who she is?
I probably should.
A lot of people know who she is. I'll say that.
Did you share this story yesterday?
Not on the show. Nope.
On social media.
Oh, yes, on social media.
Okay, yeah.
So she's getting an interview and she's talking about black people in porn, Karen.
Okay.
We started to remember I said I was going to come back to this.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do, guys.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Wig. So a lot of the parody movies they had, there are no characters for me to do. And then Black Panther came.
So they're talking about porn parody movies. And she's saying some of these movies, there's not even a character you can do. And the age of the parody movie is done. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, what happened to porn parodies? There was like an era of time where like movie was big. Here comes a porn of it.
Yep.
you could tell somebody was super famous when a porn star would try to like make a name similar to their name. You're like, oh man, you know who made it? Kobe Bryant. Because there's a Cody Bryant. She looked up there and was like, we got to do this, okay? But yeah, so here's Kara Noir on these parodies.
And it was a big cultural moment, and all of the black men in the industry like signed a public letter saying that they would never do a parody of Black Panther to like protect the sanctity of it. And I was like, I totally feel you, but also
because that was a role she could have got.
Right.
There were plenty of black women roles in the black porn parody of Black Panther.
Yeah, that's where they quote unquote do their line. There'd been a black woman, they wouldn't have gave a fuck.
Yeah, but apparently they drew the line on that.
Right.
I do have a question.
Didn't they do like a Roots? What didn't you once share like a Roots parody?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Good times.
Okay.
I'm getting this one's right in my wheelhouse. I know everything.
Yeah, that Good Times was hilarious.
As a quick aside, though, who is the demo for the Jerkmate T-shirts in the background?
Oh,
I
didn't even pay attention.
Who is the customer they had in mind when they printed those T-shirts out? Like, what did they think the rest of us would wear our Jerkmate T-shirts?
That's about like Roger last night watching the episode where Roger was doing the massages. What was his massage place was called like?
Oh, Karen's talking about American Dad for those that don't live in our house and watch American Dad every night like we do.
I don't watch American Dad, but I actually, since I know enough that that's what she was talking about without even seeing the show.
Yeah, it was the
like Roger. You bring up Roger when you talk about American Dad.
Yeah. And he had a massage parlor and it was like named like something Tugs or something.
Yeah.
And he was mad that people thought it was a place you could get hand jobs.
Right.
But yeah, I mean it was a great yeah, what was his name? Something Tugman or something. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But let's go back to this for a second.
I would have been able to do that.
Yeah, that's so. So a bunch of the performers signed off saying they're just
they just didn't want to disrespect it. They didn't want to make like a fun of Black Panther by doing a parody.
Yeah.
So they agreed, like as a group, to not.
I mean, that is quite like that's a great thing for them to get together and do. It like shows the morality of all these people. They're like, yeah, we were going to respect this piece of art.
I totally understand it. I wasn't going to argue with a single one of them.
Yeah. But now there's a sequel. You could do War for Wakanda. You could do We Said No, Black Panther 1.
I feel like Victor Ray would be really good. Like I haven't even seen it, but I've seen pictures of the antagonist for that second movie.
Yeah,
like a native kind of.
He's like Mayan.
Yes.
Yes. Victor.
So that was Kara Noir talking about that. Kara Noir. I forgot, and the name is Rug Tuggington. That was
his name.
That was Roger's name of his massage parlor.
So he was like, everybody keeps thinking.
He was offended that you would want to get a hand job in there. All right, so Karen, 0 to 100, how fucked with do you feel by black people saying we're not going to be fucking with black people while making a Black Panther parody? We draw the line, even though they have made This Ain't Roots, which was a literal parody of a slavery series where they did play
incredibly influential, incredibly important.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
That one they had to do for historic sake. Like we have to, someone has to watch the watchers.
We done one on Good Times, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, those aren't historic to me.
No.
So like Good Times and the Cosby Show, that one aged poorly, but that was because of Bill Cosby, not the idea necessarily. Like he turned out to be more skeevy than porn people. It was like, no, we didn't think to go that far with This Ain't the Cosby Show. But yeah, so 0 to 100, Karen, how fucked with do you feel learning this?
You know what? For me, I am going to give this one a 75. And the biggest reason why I really strongly feel fucked with, you drew your line here. Y'all picked fun at every fucking thing else. You fucking picked fun at slavery. But you draw the line at this man. I don't blame her. She was like, hey y'all, I could have got some role. We could have made this money. Our whole industry, everybody, we fucking poke fun at people. We do sex. Why are you drawing the like from her perspective? I understand. Why are you drawing the line here? If it would have been a woman, none of y'all would have gave a fuck, and all of y'all would have signed up for it because y'all have said, I'm gonna get this money. But because it's something that meant something to you as a black man, all y'all sign up and go. So I'm really kind of fuck when I am on her side on this one. I understand why she didn't fight against them and shit like that, because there's nothing you can really do once they make a stand. But yes, it's a lot of misogyny in that. It's a lot of black man solidarity in that. And I get it, but this is dumb because nothing in your industry has showed me that you have a moral line.
Okay. All right. JL?
I would say, well, my first question would be if it was like after, I assume this was before Chadwick Boseman died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
2018.
Yeah. So just like there wouldn't be a Cody Bryant coming out in porn like 3 months after Kobe died in the helicopter crash. So like assuming obviously that it was just like, hey, this is $1 billion movie, a lot of black people, let's do a movie. You know, I'd say 25. I wouldn't say 0. It's just, but I think I find it more ridiculous and dumb than offensive. So I can't make it higher than that, but it is like signing a letter, like to be like, to make this like an official moral stand is at best kind of dumb.
Yeah. I'm not that fucked with by it because I think the dudes who said no are a different crop of dudes than the This Ain't Roots guys.
That's a funny title.
I mean,
this ain't my roots.
Well, the real title is actually called Can't Be Roots. It's a XXX parody. Can't be roots. So I think this is some inside porn baseball, but this is right up my alley of expertise. So Can't Be Roots came out in 2011.
Okay.
And that was an Evasive Angles production, who did a bunch of other porn parodies. This Black Panther thing happened in 2018, the movie. So by the time you get a porn parody, you're probably talking 2019, 2020 or whatever. I think those porn stars from Evasive Angles would not have been in this. That's like that group is aged out of the game.
I can see that.
Okay,
You're right. Right.
Like they don't really have like a LeBron James of black porn. Maybe you could argue Richard Mann, but I'd say his peak was not as high as LeBron.
Right.
But so I think this new crop of people had a different vibe because woke 1.0 was crazy, as ALC says, and there would have been backlash to this. I actually don't think it would have, like, even the root shit didn't have as much backlash because it wasn't as mainstream and in our face. Social media hadn't blown up enough yet. Like porn stars didn't really have personalities. They weren't really influencers of social media.
I can see
that would have been a cost to pay that Tony Eveready and Mark Anthony would have never paid because I don't even know they social medias. Wesley Pipes is not trying to influence me and do a podcast.
No, he's not.
But these other new people are 360 stars. They want to have the Instagram, the TikTok, and the porn, the OnlyFans. So they need to be liked in a way that I don't think that those old heads needed to be liked.
Okay.
So I bet a lot of them got scared of like how, because black people would have jumped their shit. I'm sorry. We would not have let this, but it's just jokes. The Black Panther got treated differently. We was at the BET Awards a year later, still doing Wakanda Forever. And like, it was like to the point where it was almost corny. Like it wasn't even powerful anymore. We were just like, but you got to do Wakanda Forever. It's Black Panther. So I do think, I get why they got scared of that, is what I'm saying. And then the last point is, in general, they stopped doing parodies, period. They just don't do porn parodies anymore. I don't know. That's not even a black thing.
That they used
to. They just stopped. I don't know what the fuck happened, by the way. They used to be
white
fun.
people get scared too?
I don't think they were scared. I just think the production value, it's like, what's cheaper? Set up a webcam and do OnlyFans, or hire get everybody on their off time from actual Hollywood jobs.
Changed.
Get a fucking studio, get a fucking location, get some boom mics, get costumes and wardrobe and all that shit. I bet you that they just like, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna diddle myself on fucking my phone and get paid.
Make more money.
It's the death of art.
Yes. Thank you.
But
from
for
that
porn,
perspective, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I say all that to say, I give it a 25. I can't give it a high score because I mostly find it amusing that there was even that. To me, it's more of a reflection of that moment. Like, oh yeah, there was a moment where everybody loved Black Panther enough that if y'all would have started fucking, we would have been mad at y'all. Like we would have like it would have been a mark on y'all's like resume to this day. We're like, yeah, Kira Noir, I stopped fucking with her because she played Queen Ramonda. And she didn't need to fuck her son and M'Baku. Like that was too fucking far for me. And I know that's a real thing that would have happened. So I don't feel that fucked with by it.
I would I want to know, was there a Dark Knight parody?
Right. I wonder. I wonder how did it do? I feel like it should have been. That was during the time when you could do a parody. The other thing too, though, why I do understand where Kara's coming from with the high score, the shit you niggas do be in. I've seen it.
Right.
Y'all taking a lot of y'all aren't taking a lot of racial pride stands in some of these other scenes.
All of a sudden you want to button up and then be all like, get out my face.
Some of these other scenes, bro. Can we talk about how they slid through the filter of when you're in a scene, when you're working for a website and it's called BBC Ambush, which implies a lot of negative connotations about Black people. Maybe you don't get to be like, I would never disrespect Marvel's cinematic universe.
I would have felt better with everybody just saying, individually just saying no and then not being made. I think the letter thing. Yeah, I think the letter thing is kind of what pissed me off. Like, I can see them just saying no,
but that's
what you're taking the stand. So I'm like, hey.
It implies that when they come to you and go, all right, so in this scene, we got a website dedicated. It's 2 Paul cops, and they just arrest Black people and fuck. And we don't expect any. Like, you can say you don't want to be in it, but we definitely don't expect you to unionize and say, I don't know, in a time where the cops are killing us, maybe don't do this. That's different. That's not Black Panther.
They do that one, no problem.
Yeah.
I like the idea. See, this is the parody I would make. Just a sketch with no porn. It's the porn stars having a meeting, like, like a historical meeting. This, like that movie One Night in Miami, where like Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and somebody else like meet for this eventful night. This would be the night where they gather and they've decided this is when porn has to change. This is a monumental night in the history of adult film and there'll be that one holdout. From here. You know, that one holdout actor who's like, I look just like M'Baku. You have a franchise. You have a production label. I'm just getting my dick wet in this industry. And you're telling me I can't take this. This could feed the family I don't have, but want to have one day.
Right.
And it becomes this like, tearful moment at the end, like all sudden. And then it ends with them, like 6 of them walking into a room to just gangbang a woman. And then like the credits come up.
It's just like, Lexington Steele meets Jack Slayer, not to be confused with Jack Slayer.
People
and for just one night in Las Vegas or whatever. But that's the new porn parody. It's a porn parody of how they wouldn't do the other porn parody. They still got to get some fucking in, but it's meta. Like, this way we can all get on board. There's nothing to unionize against.
Now let's go do that Derek Chauvin, George Floyd parody.
yeah, exactly. Let's go.
Or a good way to get around it is them fucking while watching Black Panther.
there's some legal repercussions. There's
I mean,
there's some issues. There's some issues.
I
Kevin
know
Feige,
there's some legal issues.
Bob
around
Iger
that.
and Kevin Feige will have their lawyers reach
you
out
can't
to you
show
before
that.
the movie is done.
Right? You can't show that.
You can only do that on an amateur site where it just happens to be on the TV in the background.
Oh no, you were like, Black Panther in the background, but you not.
But you can't
show
call it the Black Panther porn parody.
No,
You gotta call that when woke girl fucks DEI man in his house while Black Panther plays in the background. And,
there you go.
And of course a fire alarm thing smoke detector beeps every 5 seconds.
Of course.
Every 23 seconds you gotta have beep. That's how you know it's authentic.
Yeah, we don't change fire alarm.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, guys. Okay. Let's move into the last fun thing. Well, it's not the last fun thing, but let's do guess the race, guys. Okay. Boom.
It's time to guess the race.
A man has been busted for destroying fake flock camera. So the camera wasn't real. It was a fake decoy camera set up by police who know people are breaking the real flock cameras. Florida. This man destroyed what he thought was a flock safety camera, but was actually a decoy just set up by police in the wake of several recent thefts of the controversial surveillance device. The flock bait camera was installed around 10 p.m. Wednesday evening, about 45 miles in a city called Seminole County City, which is 45 miles from Disney World. Around 1 a.m. Thursday. So they installed the shit at 10 p.m. Wednesday. 1 a.m. Thursday, 3 hours after the trap was set, a tall male dressed in all black, wearing gloves and a face mask, approached the fake camera and used pruning shears to knock the device off its pole. He then smashed it onto the ground where it split into several pieces. Police monitoring the site quickly apprehended Evan Meyer, 24, as he sought to run from the scene. Meyer, according to an arrest report, told cops he is uncomfortable with flock camera located right outside his street, adding that he had been hearing all the negative things online about the misuses of flock cameras. The 6'3" Meyer said that he was tall enough to cut the mount off with his father's pruning shears from the garage. He added it made him feel that there was a constant eye on him for no reason. Meyer was charged with 3 felonies and booked into county jail, where he was released after posting $7,500 bond. He's scheduled for arraignment October 13th. So he resides with his father and earns $200 weekly working as a stagehand for a magic show. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Evan Meyer, 24.
White.
All right.
Stagehand for a magic show, $200 a week.
Mm-hmm.
White.
Yeah. Once I got it's clearly white, but if I may, my question is, the reason drug deals like by undercovers have to use real drugs is because if you sell somebody, baking soda, then you kind of haven't committed the crime.
Right.
And so I'm curious, like, obviously they could be like destruction of property or some kind of endangerment, but I'm like, but if it's a fake, if I'm his lawyer, I'm just like, then what is like he didn't damage an actual expensive camera then. Like he didn't damage the thing that you're even though I get why they do it, they're trying to, now if you did this because like somebody had cut down like 3 real cameras and you use this as like kind of circumstantial evidence, like I think we found the dude who's been doing it. Right. But on this alone, I'm sort of like, for 3 felonies, are there 3 felonies possible in this?
Right. This feels like they want to make an example of somebody and they're almost like they're doing the overcharging for the headline of it. And then obviously in a few months, we'll get the plea to misdemeanor fine
dismissed
but yeah, I'm with you on that. Did you say what race though?
Yeah, white, definitely.
Okay.
Even before the name and everything else, I was going to make a joke like, oh, tall man with pruning shears, isn't your dad into gardening? Maybe it was Rod's dad, but joke, not accurate. So it's got to be white.
White wizard says the chat room. Everyone on this one went white, and everyone, you got it correct. He was white. He was 24 years old.
Really young.
That's a rough 24.
Wow.
Oh no. Oh, baby, you 45 with a mortgage. What is this?
You look like Mark Ruffalo's gonna catch him in Task.
24.
I don't know how many people watch Task, but that's
damn. He been drinking for 25 years.
Good call for me. I'm patting myself on the back for that Task joke. All right, let's go to another one. Let's keep it about fathers and sons.
Okay.
Teen leaned in to hug his dad, stabbed him in the neck before smirking for mugshot.
What?
An 18-year-old Wisconsin.
Amond. I'm sorry, mother. I cannot trust anybody with the secrets here.
He said for the watch for some reason.
Oh no.
It's very weird. 18-year-old Wisconsin man asked his father for a hug before he stabbed him in the neck with a knife and tried to chase him down to do it again. Joseph Niemiec stands accused of first-degree attempted homicide. Officers responded to a 1 a.m. call on August 12th for a report of a stabbing. When officers arrived, they found Niemiec's father suffering from a stab wound. Niemiec had fled the scene. According to an arrest affidavit, the man was covered in blood and holding pressure on his neck. The father, who was still alert, told cops he heard a noise coming from the back door. He said he thought it may have been an intruder, but realized it was his son. Once inside, Niemiec allegedly asked his father if they could talk. They sat in the kitchen where Niemiec said he was having a rough go at life and had attempted suicide multiple times and didn't know what to do. Niemiec apparently went to use the bathroom. When he returned, he asked his dad for a hug. As they went to hug, Joseph quickly presented a knife and stabbed the victim in the neck. The victim said he felt a punch to his throat and immediately placed his hand over it, and he started stumbling backwards. Niemiec allegedly came at his dad a second time, but the victim disarmed him, pushed him away, and the victim ran away with his son in pursuit. The victim tossed the knife in the trash can and ran to a neighbor's house and called 911. Troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol spotted the Chevrolet Malibu that the son took, and they ended up taking him into custody, and they arrested him, and he remains in jail. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Joseph Niemiec.
Oh, this is definitely white.
Feels like white to you. Okay. Mm-hmm. What about you, JL?
It's white. This is I feel like this is another slam dunk white.
Okay.
Me too, JL.
They say white people can't jump, but this is a slam dunk when it comes to
It's the Mac McClung plyometrics white.
Yeti says white. Trey says white. Patricide white, says Charles. The correct answer is everyone said the same thing. You got it right. He's white.
Patricide white could be a black guy. Like that name.
Like if Patricide White played linebacker for Alabama, would you really?
Yes. Second round pick. 6'1", 235.
Right.
High motor.
Yeah. Right. I can see a Monday Night Football is like Patricide White, Alabama State University.
His nickname would be the Daddy Killer for all the quarterbacks he was given concussions to.
Right. All right, let's go to the bonus round. You guys are 2 for 2.
How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas. Go change fries, chicken, big high jump spear chucking 360-degree basketball.
A Garner man is in custody after Maryland police say he urinated on several people during the Morgan Wallen concert in Baltimore.
Come on. Unless this is Myles Garrett, I know what race I'm guessing.
This is Bud Light White.
It's in Baltimore, too. That's a black city. Jason Reed, 33, is facing several charges after police responded to a fight during Waylon's July 18th concert at M&T Bank Stadium, home of the Baltimore Ravens. Police said officers separated the people involved in the fight and escorted one man out of the stadium. Investigators later learned from victims that Reed had reportedly urinated on several concert goers. Detectives also identified and followed up with witnesses who were no longer at the scene during the initial investigation. Yeah, I'm going home if you pee on me. I got to change. I'm not waiting for the cops to come interview me. Meet me at the house when I've showered. At the conclusion of the investigation, in consultation with the Baltimore City State Attorney's Office, MDTA, the police detectives, obtained an arrest warrant for 33-year-old Jason Reed with 4 counts of second-degree assault, public urination, and other related offenses.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. So he really put the assault in second-degree assault. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Jason Reed.
White. Michelob Light. White.
Okay. JL?
There is this is like Avengers Endgame. There's one scenario where this could be a black person of all the million possibilities.
The one person
where somebody was like going there to be like, you bunch of racist Morgan Wallen fans, take this piss. Take this piss.
And shove it, apparently.
Right. That's true.
But aside from that, Tony Stark grabbing the Infinity Glove, whatever it was called, this has to be white.
Yeah.
And I'm modifying. I did an entire episode about Morgan Wallen when I still had Rain on Your Parade. Yeah. And I'm modifying that into a bit, like condensing it into a bit, because Morgan Wallen I find to be a fascinating example of like current America.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. I won't spoil stuff, but it can't, because that's a suicide mission. If you're like, I'm gonna teach these Morgan Wallen fans a lesson.
And they didn't say anything about him being beat up or like the other people went home and didn't even talk to the police till later. So yeah, that's some good context clues there.
I get it's white. It's got to be white, unless of course he was black and they were like scared white people who were like, "Duh, the crazy black pissed on us. Right. Let's not get him too angry." I like
that there's no possibility where you were like, and maybe Morgan Wallen has a lot of black fans in Baltimore. And a Riley Cooper white man went there and said, "I'll piss on every N-word in here."
No, this is a sanctuary. Instead of Sanctuary City, this is a sanctuary concert for all the white people in the greater Baltimore area to come and feel community.
I also wonder, like, was he water hosing it, or did it like trickle down his leg and go down a couple flights and get into everybody's?
Oh, like stuff. I'm drunk, and I like Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born. I just lost my bladder. I want this to be. I'm saying it's a water hose.
You want a water hose situation?
Take this piss, white.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's check the chat room. White, a lot of white on white crime. Gotta be white. He don't go here. White, white, other. Okay, white. Someone said other. Other don't count. You gotta be bold. You gotta pick a race up in here. The correct answer is white. Oh, I'm showing the wrong one. Here's his picture. Sorry, that was the wrong picture.
Oh God. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, he looked like a jelly roll.
Yeah.
He came off the jelly roll assembly line like he wanted them jelly rolls.
Does he have a slit on both sides? What is we doing here?
Jelly roll is yet another. I love these stories where it's like, I'm tattooed up. I got my start trying to be a rapper, and when that didn't work out, I leaned into country and made millions of dollars because they just want to know that I've been amongst the blacks and took some culture back with me, but now I'm white. That formula works so well.
now that like now that country is just directly, blatantly ripping off hip hop.
Yes.
And it's become so automated. It's not like you need to learn how to play the guitar and get a band and tours America for years and go to a bunch of dive bars and then you get good enough and then you got an organic country star. Now it's just motherfuckers being like, I don't know, I dabbled in hip hop. Now I'm gonna go over here and do some fake country rap. And every fucking country rap is just fucking like 13 random things that happen in the South, but they just put it in one thing where it's like a dog on the porch, a car in the shed, and like this is all the old country people are just rolling in their graves.
You know they are.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I wish I could just play some Morgan Wallen while I'm doing my bit, because he has this song that I'll admit, when I did my like deep dive to really like analyze and come up with a theory on his popularity, he has this one song, like I'm spoiling it. One of his big producers, before working with Morgan Wallen, worked with Young Thug and Kanye. That doesn't sound like country music to me.
That's literally what just happened with Pat McAfee's album.
Right.
Like people are calling it AI slop and bullshit and all this stuff, but it's really just it's manufactured. It's just press a button and now it's Pat McAfee as Jelly Roll.
And if you do, it's like, what if I did a record that was 80% hip hop, 10% pop, but when I sang lyrics, I said, "Y'all come to my house."
Yeah.
That's the only country element left, is like, oh, it's a white guy with a twang.
Right. Yeah.
But it's actually mostly not country at all, but it's mostly the type of stuff that your audience will claim they don't like.
Yeah.
They don't like that hip hop
that
stuff.
shit be charting over there. Like country has changed a lot. I know for me, I'm not gonna lie, Beyonce brought me back because I've never been a country fan because the shit has always been boring to me. So when Beyonce album came out, I started being introduced to a lot of black country artists, and I was like, oh, it's changed a lot from what it used to be.
Yeah, Pat McAfee has a song called "Cheers to the South." Pat McAfee is from Pennsylvania. Okay, like that's the level of just patronizing bullshit country has become. So yeah, it's
I got
interesting.
into it with hockey people. Sorry, they used on that note, like the U.S. hockey team. Obviously, I like hockey, and I like the song "Freebird" by Lynyrd Skynyrd. I think it's a good song, but I found it weird that a team with a bunch of dudes from Minnesota and Massachusetts were like "Freebird," yeah, and it's like, the whole thing about it is it's like it's a signal. It's like it's like, we may be from the north, but we're south.
The most offensive part of it is that they kept the racism. That's the crazy part about country, is they do so much to just take from like, oh, this was working in hip hop and pop. Cool. Like, let's just put that over here. And it was like, okay, cool. And then can Beyonce come? Whoa, you guys getting a little too fucking comfortable. This is country. Okay, this is about tradition, and this is about
they stole
the tradition of auto-tune, the tradition of Mike Will made it. Okay.
And the thing is, like, I actually said this, I was talking to Laura the other day about it, and I, like, oddly enough, I guess when I think of a bit, I then force her to like hear me work it out for the first time. But it's like, even Elvis, who I know is like the paramount example.
Right.
I think maybe this is just from seeing movies and reading, I know Public Enemy, what they think of him, but I don't think there was ever such at least even on the art level, if you would ask Elvis who I don't think he'd be like, none of them blacks can sing. No,
exactly.
He'd be like, no, they're great. They're great. That's why I'm borrowing, using, remaking, doing these things with this foundational music. Whereas, like you said, there's this element of like, yeah, my song sounds like 80% hip hop, nah, but I ain't down with them.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Like
what?
I don't want to hear that you voted for Trump and then your song started with "Mustard on the Beat Hoe." Like I don't want to hear like
you don't have no guitars in the country song.
Yeah, you don't get to have any of this. Leave us alone. All right, last thing, of course, sword ratchetness. Panama City, Florida.
Number one live streaming solution. Create and
Panama City, Florida is where our sword ratchetness takes us today.
Ooh, do you know my story? I have a bit about Panama City, Florida. That was the racist white woman who I was like, with like hanging out with in Florida, like on spring break in college.
She didn't know you was black.
No, but she had opinions on black people that she shared with me.
She was like, you could be my Black Panther porn parody. And a much younger, less scrupulous J-L would have been in Black Panther, okay? Somebody did do it.
The woman involved who gave us this video, she was recording as the fight broke out. Tonight, her current boyfriend and her ex are both under arrest. And it turns out her ex was previously involved in another bizarre high-profile case.
What you want to do there? What you want to do there? Boy, his mouth. What you want to do?
Two men wielding.
Not at the Publix. This is... Come on, y'all.
I mean, right?
That's some food lying behavior. You do that at a Kroger.
If I'm in Florida and a white man is walking at me going, what you want to do then? I'm like, nothing. I'm out. I'm out. I
won't do this?
No, I don't want to do whatever this is. So.
I feel like she got a type. I feel like both of them wanted to do this.
Yeah, they did.
She got to look in her mirror. Stop looking in your phone and look in the mirror.
Yourself, ma'am.
Turn the camera towards you.
Large knives, going at it over a woman.
You need to get on, James.
According to a Panama City police affidavit, the woman and her current boyfriend, Everett Kirchbabum, were in the parking lot of a Publix on Highway 231 when her ex-boyfriend, James Gay, drove up to them and an argument broke out.
Sorry, I know it's immature, but with these two, you dating a guy named, and the other guy's name is like, what did she say? Like Coochbaboom?
Coochbaboom. Everett Coochbaboom and James Tristan Gay.
There are signs, man.
That's why they angry. They in the South with them last names. They've been getting picked on their whole life.
Coochie Boom Boom. Hey, Coochie Boom Boom. Where you want, guy? Where you want? You guy. You
Who you calling gay? I get my sword. I cut everything up.
Out.
Stop! Kill me! Stop! In your car.
That's when Kirchbabum reportedly flashed a hatchet to deter Gay. But instead of stopping him, Gay grabbed a machete from his car. Kirchbabum told police Gay hit him in the face and the head with the machete, knocking him unconscious.
Why would you tell us that?
This is my favorite sword ratchetness story.
Why would you tell us he knocked you out? Like have some pride about yourself, man.
I think that's the lawsuit talking. That's the lawsuit.
I need you to have a little more pride. Don't try to. You started it with a hatchet. He knocked you out. You got to tell the police you took a nap.
More Pete Hegseth warrior ethos.
Yeah, this is definitely different because if I pull up and somebody walks with a hatchet, I'm not waiting for you to get to my fucking vehicle.
Well, the guy with the hatchet is the guy in the vehicle, and the guy walking towards him has a machete.
Oh, okay.
So he pulled out the hatchet first. Was like, "Go on, get out of here, Gay. I'm tired of this bullshit. Leave me and my girl alone." And he said, "Oh, you got a hatchet? I got a sword."
Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
You with me?
Both men were injured.
Wait, was that John Bernthal?
He showed up to the scene. They both crazy.
You got a sword?
This is on you.
That's what you think? You think a sword gonna stop me?
You with me?
Both men were injured.
He did sound like
and taken to the hospital. Both are now also charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. But this wasn't Gay's first run-in with the law. In 2011, he was convicted in another high-profile Bay County case known as the vampire cult murder.
Investigators say a group of Pisty's friends lured Hendershot to a house, killed him, then dumped his body in a storm drain. 5 people, including Pisty, are charged with either murder or accessory after the fact.
So, why was he out? What? Why was he on the streets with the rest of us if he had did a cult murder?
This is a Hall of Fame sword ratchetness story. First ballot.
God damn! This is number one. I've never seen it go this far.
Show Gay was sentenced to 15 years for starting an unprovoked attack on 16-year-old Jacob Hendershot, who was beaten to death by 2 other men.
16. And then that was 2011, so he just got out.
And he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wait, was the girlfriend with the guy, like the guy coming with the machete? Was that Cooch Baboom or was that Gay?
So she's with Cooch Baboom, who is her new boo.
Okay.
But she used to be with this guy.
So she may have stepped up. She actually did maybe step up. Like,
maybe she learned about the first.
Yeah, she was like, I might have to do with the hashing.
I can't be with nobody that murders children. That's just too much. I'm sorry. I know you served your time, but we can't be together.
The attack was allegedly retaliation for Stephanie Pisty, a woman claiming to be a vampire who said Hendershot raped her, a claim investigators say was false.
I know this is going to be crazy, but I believe that I'm a vampire. I didn't even know he was going to die. But I honestly knew that they were going to beat him up.
Now Gay is back behind bars for the parking lot machete fight. As for the other man, Kirch Baboon was arrested
Ricky Schroeder.
Oh, is that the other dude?
Just the other dude, yeah.
Damn, he looks 70.
He kind of look like a Ratatouille.
He's 28. That's a Florida 28-year-old.
That's a Florida, yeah.
Age like bananas. What is this?
The Washington County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday. Deputies say he was found hiding at home in Vernon. Panama City Police
hiding at home. She could pick him, man. I like he has a hatchet on him at all times. That's crazy.
Here's my thing. These guys probably both have like gun charges that like they're not allowed to have guns. But
right.
So they have these weapons. Mm-hmm.
But to me, okay, you had me at first like, hey, if you're a young guy full of hormones and a woman you know or like or something says like this guy raped me, maybe you go and do something very irrational and emotional. But then when her next sentence is, and just remember, I'm a vampire, that's when I go, let's revisit that first thing you said because I know you're not a vampire.
Right.
So now,
how credible?
I'm guessing, you are no longer maybe as rock solid as I thought.
Right. We need to revisit your credibility.
So the rape is true. Just to be clear, the rape is true. The vampire thing. Probably not true, but before
I commit murder for you, I just need to know: are you sure you're a vampire? And also, the way she said I'm a vampire, I ain't like that because she was laughing. She's like, I know it's gonna sound crazy, right? I'm like, you're in jail for murder, man. There's nothing. You have the jail suit on. There's nothing funny about this.
And my follow-up question is. And I'm not victim blaming.
Right.
But if you are a vampire, and I'm not victim blaming.
Right.
Okay?
Right. But what I've heard about vampires.
Yeah. They just said maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I'm not in that community, so I want to give you grace and say. But if you are a vampire, from what I've heard, and maybe these are just stereotypes, and I don't want to. Exactly. I don't want to advance these.
Vampires are like the pit bulls of humans.
Yeah. Could you have maybe fought off a 16-year-old if you are a bloodthirsty member of the undead.
Could you have done something to him that I would put under the large category of vampire shit? Could you have just done some vampire shit to him? Because at least from what I've seen in pop culture, a vampire is not somebody you want to have wronged.
No, you did nope.
But
he rubbed his penis in garlic. Oh,
right. Yeah. Maybe he went home and he got to invite her in so she can't get revenge.
We did not do any interviews about this today. We did request body cam footage of the fight, but we have not heard back. In Bay County, Isabella Mejumea, News Channel 7.
Oh, everybody had a weird name in this article.
ICE immediately showed up to that TV station.
Yeah, she's a little too hot to be doing the news. Okay. not in that town. I'm sorry, ma'am. You need to go to Miami immediately. You need to go to big leagues
and be a star.
But yeah, man, that's sword ratchetness.
That was nuts.
If we took swords more seriously, you would think, because he probably is not allowed to have a gun after killing a child. You would think maybe in a sane country with sane laws, he wouldn't be allowed to also have a machete after killing the child. But that's just me.
Go ahead, J-L.
Yeah, I just, sword ratchetness ranges in terms of the amusement value to me. Mm-hmm. I'm proud to be here today, and I believe that's my favorite sword ratchetness story ever.
Mm-hmm.
We love to hear it, bro. We love to hear it.
We went down a rabbit hole, boy.
There's a lot to pick from. There's a lot to pick from sometimes. Not all are great, but when we get a great one like this, I'm glad J-L Cauvin could be here to witness it. Tell the people, JL, where they got to go to see you as we're going to be seeing you live and in person, probably during that Morgan Wallen joke.
Yes. You can see me in just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. It's a town like right next to Hartford, but August 28th, 29th. It may be a little bit of a trip for Boston people, but if you want, Friday and Saturday night, make the trip from Boston or anywhere around there. Headlining 2 shows, one Friday, one Saturday. Then we got Charlotte, September 6th. We got Pittsfield, Massachusetts, September 12th. And then Philly in October, DC, LA in January. All tickets are available. Any Canadian folks, I'm coming back to Ottawa in April. So the tickets aren't even ready for that, but just if any Canadians listening. But yeah, just go to jlcomedy.com, click on the calendar, or if you follow me on social media, my bio, a lot of my bios have the link tree and all the links are there. So yeah, I hope to see, as I always do, good support from the Black Eye Tips fan base. And, just remember, please don't DM me that you're telling your friends about me. Yeah, click on that right button.
It's good. It's always good to see you. Always glad when you come through, man. We have such a good time.
It's fun.
Thank you both.
And fans, I can't emphasize this enough. If you can go see him in person, go do it.
He is wonderful.
Get your tickets early because he has a pessimistic point of view in life, and he might cancel at the last second if you don't get the tickets. So that's even more incentive to get the tickets early, so you're not one of the dozens being disappointed because you was waiting to the last second. So I highly suggest it. And we can't wait to see you in September, man. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Bye, JL.